Good evening, guys. Welcome to Falcon Radio Theater. I'm David Matsui.
And I'm Walter Lutsch.
And I'm Caitlin Bancroft.
We are very happy to have back tonight. Real quick before we start the show, wanted to do a quick... I'll pass it over to my co-host.
Yeah, we just want to let you guys know that we're always looking for scripts or actors. So if you've got a script or if you'd like to submit yourself as an actor, go ahead and shoot us an email at falconradiotheater@gmail.com. That's theater with an R-E, not E-R. And also, if you're just interested in seeing what we're doing, then follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/falconradiotheater.
With that said, we'll be getting into our first script of the night. It is entitled Polly Wants a Cracker by D.M. Larson, courtesy of freedrama.net.
Our story opens with two workers in the mall selling products. One is a man named Carl, who at the moment is in a fat bird costume selling Angry Birds candy in a kiosk. Across from him, in another kiosk, is a woman named Polly in a lion costume, selling animal crackers. The bird man keeps checking Polly out in her lion costume, but keeps glancing away so he won't be found out. However, eventually, she does notice. After a couple more minutes of sideways glances by Carl, Polly approaches her.
I have to say, that costume is really cute.
What? Really?
I love chunky birds. I just want to squeeze them.
Polly realizes what she has said and quickly goes back to her animal crackers kiosk.
You can squeeze me if you want.
What?
Startled that she has heard him, Carl quickly turns away and faces the door.
Nothing.
Polly hangs her lion head in shame and turns away as well. Carl decides to talk to her some more.
So, what are you selling?
Animal crackers.
Oh, I love animal crackers.
Want to buy some?
Carl fumbles in vain to get to his wallet, but can't because of the bird hands. He stabs at his pocket from various angles and eventually gives up, flapping his wings angrily.
I don't think I can reach my wallet.
I can help.
If you can just reach in the opening in the back.
Polly crosses to his kiosk and reaches into his back pocket. A man who is walking by stops and stares. Polly glares back at the man.
What?
The man quickly drops his head and hurries along his way.
Got my wallet?
Yep. So, you're not fat?
No. Disappointed?
No. I like fat birds, not fat guys.
Good. Because I'm not fat. Not that you want to like me. I'm not saying that you have to like me. I mean...
Polly reaches up and closes his bird mouth over his face.
You're cute.
Huh?
Nothing. So you want one box or two of animal crackers?
How much money do I have in my wallet?
A lot. You rich or something?
You like rich guys?
Not really.
Then all the money is stolen.
I don't like thieves either.
Stolen, but I recovered it from the thieves, and I'm returning it to the rightful owner.
There you go. I knew you were a good, simple, honest bird.
These crackers look good. I wish I could eat some now. These bird hands are a pain. I try and eat, and the wing smacks me in the face.
Carl proceeds to smack himself in the face.
I can feed them to you.
Carl begins to shuffle his bird feet and wraps his bird wings around his back.
Really? You mean with your hands? In my mouth?
Sure. Why not?
Wow. Well, okay.
Polly begins to stick the crackers through the bird mouth into Carl's mouth. A funny look crosses his face.
You okay?
That was so nice. I mean, good, yummy. I mean...
What is with you?
You're really nice.
Oh, thank you. Here, let me put your wallet back.
So...
Want another cracker?
Sure.
Polly sticks another cracker through the bird mouth, and Carl flaps his wings happily.
You like them?
Yummy.
I like to bite off their heads. Am I sick?
That's funny, actually.
How are sales going?
Good. Only one box left to sell.
Ugh, I have tons. I guess I'll be by myself soon.
Polly glances into her sales box. A woman walks by to buy Carl's last box, but he throws it under the table. She gives him a funny look.
I'm out. Beat it.
The woman turns on her heel and leaves, clearly annoyed.
That's what I was afraid of. Tons left. I'll be here forever. I think my costume is scaring people away. I wish I had a cute birdie costume like you. I want to squeeze you so bad.
Go for it.
Really?
Squeeze away.
Polly rushes up and grabs Carl and gives him a huge hug.
That was awesome!
Yeah.
Good, Birdie. Here's a cracker. You really like it when I feed you, don't you?
Yeah.
So, what are you doing after work?
Dinner, maybe? You want to come feed me some more?
In your dreams.
Yeah.
Okay,
What?
I'll go to dinner with you.
Really?
I think you're cute.
But you don't even know exactly what I look like. I look like some guy who's getting barfed up by a bird.
I saw your driver's license picture.
That's even worse. You still like me? That picture is terrible.
Well, if you look better than that picture, we're in business.
You're funny.
I know.
So, if you sell the rest of those crackers, you can go to dinner?
Yes, but that might take forever.
I think I'd like to buy some more crackers.
How many more?
All of them.
You don't have to do that.
I'm rich, remember?
I thought you stole that money.
No, I'm a superhero who recovered the stolen cash.
Oh, that's right. Birdman?
When danger lurks, give them the bird.
Nice. You need your own comic book.
So how about it? Sell me those crackers?
You're serious?
I really want to take you to dinner.
What are we having? Crackers?
Cheese and crackers?
Crackers a la mode?
Barbecued crackers?
Baked crackers?
You crack me up.
Carl and Polly leave together, her lion's paw and his bird hand together. The end.
That was Polly Wants a Cracker by D.M. Larson. The part of the narrator was played by Walter Lutsch. The part of Polly was played by Caitlin Bancroft. And the part of the bird was played by David Matsui.
Next up, we have Occupations by Dwayne Yancey.
British Airways Flight 157 for Salisbury, Rhodesia, and Johannesburg, South Africa, now boarding at Gate 23. British Airways Flight 178 for Dar es Salaam, with stops in Cairo and Nairobi, now boarding at Gate 24. Your attention, please. Will passenger J. Smith flying on Royal Dutch Airlines please report to the Heathrow Information Desk? Passenger J. Smith, please report to the Heathrow Information Desk immediately.
A young man walks up to the desk in a new but ill-fitting jacket. When he reaches the desk, he drops down his suitcase.
What do you think of the jacket? I can't stand it. Takes some getting used to. I hate wearing any kind of suit. I haven't dressed up like this since I graduated from high school, and that's been, what? This is 77? Graduated in 66, so 11 years now. Wouldn't wear it except they expect me to wear a jacket when I get home. So better have a jacket, you know? Gotta look the part. At least look the part well enough to fake it, huh? What did I tell him I was now? An agribusiness security consultant? That's it. Agribusiness security. Right. That sounds so high and mighty, don't it? I'm a goddamn mercenary, that's what I am. Why don't I tell them the truth and be done with it? I'm a hired gun. I kill people for a living, that's what I do. Try and keep the white farmers in Rhodesia from getting their own heads blown off.
Meanwhile, in a Skid Row apartment in Nevada, Mary holds up a short black dress to her roommate. What do you think? Does this make me look too loose? I mean, this isn't my nicest dress. I can tone it down some. No fishnets, no heels, go easy on the makeup. I don't mean to be, what's the word, macabre or anything, but I guess I really should pack something black in case, you know, the worst comes to worst. I mean, Mama really is not well, and the doctor said this latest round doesn't look good. So I guess I ought to be prepared. Still, a closet full of clothes and nothing decent to wear to church. How does that happen? Oh, I know how it happens. Face it. No, I'm not going to say that word. I refuse to use that word. I'll tell them someone who works to entertain people. You know, like at parties. Not a bartender. What's the word I'm looking for? The person who brings all the goodies? A caterer! Yeah, that's it. A caterer. That sounds good, doesn't it? And it's not that far from the truth. Maybe not the whole truth, but at least it's not an outright lie. You know, I don't like to lie, especially to my family. But I can't tell them the truth. It would kill them. It's not like what people think anyway. Well, some of it maybe, but I don't mean that. I mean the people. This is all very high class. I like to think I provide a service. Heck, I do provide a service. Sometimes it's like being, I don't know, like a shrink. Now, don't tell me that's not important. I mean, it's not like I'm killing people, you know, or stealing from them, or something bad like that. Meanwhile, in a small jail just outside of Monroe, Billy changes out of a prison uniform into street clothes. A guard waits outside of his cell for the young man to change.
Thanks, man. You're not bad, you know? Yeah, you're all right. Don't know if I'll be seeing you again or not. Hope not, anyway. But you never know how the dice rolls. Nah, that's okay. I got my own clothes here. What kind of suit is that, anyway? Jeez, that thing must be 10 years old. You can keep it. Give it to the next guy. He might need it worse than me. All right, so you want me to just change here? Just give me a little privacy? What do you think I'm going to do? Steal your uniform? Jeez, what in the world would I want to do with that? Don't mark it out on the street for jail uniform, man. Well, I guess I got it just in time, huh? In time to go watch my mother die. That's a bummer. I guess they'd have to let me out for it anyway, even if it's still been in the inside. I know they've done that for guys before, let them out for funerals, if they got good time coming at all. But I hear they keep a deputy with you the whole time, sometimes even handcuffed together. That must be real embarrassing. Shuffling by the casket with everybody looking at you.
Billy imitates women at the funeral talking about him while doing hand puppets.
Oh, she looks so natural. But did you see that no-good son of hers chained up like a common criminal? Well, you know he is a common criminal. Well, yes, I heard that, but it's still a sorry sight to see. Yes, it was. Just a shame. It must have broken Hazel's heart, especially since both her other kids turned out so well. I hear Joe's working overseas somewhere, something military-related. And what's Mary doing? I heard she had her own business up in the city. Yes, I heard she was a caterer. Quite an expensive one, too, from what Hazel told me. So it must have really broken her heart that Billy turned out so bad. Oh, no, she had no idea about Billy. No idea? Hazel must have had some idea. How could you hide that sort of thing? Oh, no, he lived out of town, and I'm told he always made up some story about why he was going off for a while. Is that a fact? Well, that's what I always heard. And she always told him some story about what he was doing. What was it that she told me about him now? I can't remember. An antiques dealer. That's what I am. An antiques dealer. We just won't mention that there's somebody else's antiques. Here, you can have these.
Billy tosses the uniform into the corner of the cell. Meanwhile, Joe continues to chat with the clerk behind the desk.
So it's not my fault, really. Not the way I see it. I'm a killer, it's because my country wanted me to be one. Drafted right out of school in '66. Heck, I wasn't smart enough for any student deferment. Wasn't really one for the bookwork anyway. Pulled 2 tours of duty. One in Mekong, one up in the highlands around Pleiku. To Dang Nang a couple times. You know what? I enjoyed it. Not the mud and the regulations and the sheer stupidity of it all sometimes. But I got a real charge out of it. Regulate the danger of it all, you know? I've done a little hunting at home, deer, squirrel, that kind of thing. So I thought I knew how to track something, how to shoot it. But when I tell you, it's something else. Again, to be something that can shoot back at you. Now that's a real challenge. Kind of a thrill, too, if you want to know the truth about it. Didn't realize how much I missed it. Till I got back. Heck, I couldn't find one job, for one thing. Then the next thing you know, the Arabs had shut off the oil. You had gas lines stretching around the block. Unemployment, inflation went through the roof. There wasn't nothing to be had. And one day I saw this ad in Soldier of Fortune magazine. Said they were advertising for soldiers in this place called Rhodesia. Heck, I didn't even know what Rhodesia was. Much less where it was or what it was going on there. Like I said, I was never one for books in school. Did some reading up on it and found out all that I needed to know. One of the British colonies down in southern Africa. Except the Brits had cut them loose to fend for themselves. Now the blacks were trying to take over. So, they were looking for soldiers. Mercenaries, if you want to be honest about it. May as well call a spade a spade. So they said white farmers out in the bush needed protection from the terrorists. Or terrors, as I call them. So I figured, what the heck. It was pretty good money. Didn't have to mess with nearly as many rules and regulations as in NAM. Plus I had a chance to show what I'd learned, what I could do. Besides, the people there at least spoke English, so that made the job easier too. Been there ever since. What's that? 74, 75, 76, 77. 4 years now. Not bad. Not bad at all. Just kind of like being a gunslinger in the Old West. That's how I think of it. Of course, I don't tell the folks back home about it. Don't know how much they think of it. My sister Mary and my little brother Billy, they both got good jobs. Running their own businesses, from what I understand. Me? I'm just some grunt out in the jungle. Bang! You're dead. Yeah, that's the way it is. Heck, I wouldn't even be going home now if it weren't for Mama and all. So I figure, can put on a good face for what? A few weeks or so.
Boarding call for Pan Am Flight 456 for Washington Dole at Gate 17.
Well, there's my flight. Gotta go.
Look, I told you, please don't call me here. This is my mother's. No, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. She's very sick, and my brothers are coming in, so you know what that means. I haven't seen my brother Joe in, 5 years. He works overseas. Some kind of security consultant or something. It's all kind of hush-hush. I think it's military-related. Very important. And Billy? I haven't seen him in ages either. He's got his own business, too. Some kind of antique dealer or appraiser or buyer or broker or something. He goes all over the country, sometimes away for 6 months at a time, he says. I don't know where he goes. But he's really turned himself around. He used to be, I don't know, you know, kind of a troublemaker. Not bad trouble, just, stealing and stuff. We never were sure how Billy would turn out, but he's done well for himself. He really has. So please, don't call me here. I'll be back as soon as I can, okay? No, I don't know where Rosalie is these days. I've lost touch with her ever since, that incident at Howard Johnson's. The doorbell rings. Oh, wait, someone's at the door. The door opens to allow Billy in.
Mary!
Billy! Hold on just a second. Let me finish my call. Look, I really gotta go. Bye. Billy!
Mary!
Oh, it's so good to see you. Meanwhile, Joe is on the plane just changing seats.
Mind if I sit here? Thanks. So I'm on the plane out of Heathrow, right? Sitting next to this fellow, looks like a businessman of some sort. Clean cut, business magazines, briefcase, all that. Guess he's trying to be polite, so he asks me where I'm going, where I'm coming from, all the usual. So I tell him I've been in Rhodesia fighting the terrors. Seems straightforward enough to me. But this fellow just goes as white as a sheet. Like I stuck out my hand and introduced myself as Charles Manson, So what's wrong with standing up for the farmers in Rhodesia? I mean, is it some kind of racial thing? Heck, I'm no racist. I had couple friends and them. Ain't nothing wrong with them. They did their thing, I did mine, and we never got in each other's way. Same here. I mean, people hear Africa and they think black people in the jungle. But heck, did you know that the whites have been there in Rhodesia about as long as the whites people have been in Oklahoma? I'll admit I didn't know that when I first went there, but it's true. It's dang true. So think about that. They went there. They settled the place. They made something out of nothing. There wasn't nothing there before. Blacks sure weren't doing anything with it. Sort of like the Indians in this country weren't doing anything with the land when the first settlers got here. So now the blacks come along and say, you should give it back. Why should they give it back? I mean, heck, if the Mexicans came in and said that the United States should give Texas back, would we do that? Not very likely. Or the Indians? That'd be more like it. Bunch of wild savages, if you ask me. So that's wrong with standing up for some farmers in Rhodesia? That's what I'd like to know. Should have just told him I was what, agribusiness security consultant, and been done with it. But he might have given me one of those dang business machines. So that's why I had to move seats.
Just look at you. My little baby brother is all grown up.
Yeah, you are too.
It's been so long. Let me hug you again. Ow! What do you have in your pocket?
Which pocket?
Mary reaches into his jacket pocket and pulls out a screwdriver, a file, and a letter opener. This pocket?
Just some tools.
What are you doing carrying tools around in your coat pocket?
You never know when you might need them.
A screwdriver, a file, and what's this thing?
I'll take those. They'll just go right back in my pocket.
Don't you have a toolbox to put those in?
I use them, when I'm doing appraisals.
Oh?
Sometimes you need to unscrew something, look inside, see what condition it's in. Like an old clock or something like that.
Oh, I see. That makes sense, I guess. So you, make house calls? You actually go to people's houses?
Oh, yeah. I get called out all hours sometimes. Gotta be prepared. You never know when an opportunity might strike, if you know what I mean.
I see. Wow.
You know what they say in the antiques business. Never pass up a bargain, because it may not be there the next time I see you.
Meanwhile, Joe fidgets while riding in a cab. He keeps glancing out the window before finally turning to the driver.
Say, cabby, you want to do me a favor? You turn up here on Williamson Road. There's something I want to see. Yeah, we're still going to Greenfield. I just want to see something on Williamson first. Yeah, left. No, nothing in particular. Just keep going for a while. Okay? Oh, hey, that's new. How long has that Burger King been there? Huh. Hey, what happened to the old Sears building? Isn't that where Sears used to be? What? What new mall? Really? The old Neff farm? Huh. Yeah, 5 years. 5 years, man. A lot of things can change in 5 years. Where have I been? Overseas, man. Overseas. No, just working. But but I was in the army before that. Yeah, I was in Nam. How about you? Whereabouts? Dang Nang, Pleiku, Khe-Sanh? Dang. That was the real deal, wasn't it? I heard about Khe-Sanh. Dang. I'm sorry, man. I always heard that there was some kind of... Alright, right about here. Wait, there it is. Can you pull in there? Yeah, right there. Valley Men's Sportsman's Supply. What? Yeah, I'm a hunter. You might say that. Give me 10 minutes, okay? I just need to go and check on something.
Meanwhile, Mary brings over a steaming pie to the table Billy sits at. One of the neighbors brought over this pie if you want some. I know how much you used to like apple pie.
Oh, thanks. Oh, I haven't had pie in a long time.
I remember that one time when Mama had fixed pie and you started eating it for breakfast. She threw a fit. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I mean, apple's a fruit, right? That'll be good for you. What's wrong with apple pie for breakfast?
I think it might have been the ice cream you put on it that really got her upset.
Ice cream's nothing but milk, right? So fruit and milk. What's wrong with that?
You can buy them frozen now. Apple pies, that is. Just pop them in the oven and heat them right up.
I know, just been tied up.
So, how is the antique business?
Good.
So, do you have a store or something now?
What? A store? No, not a store.
If you had a store, I thought maybe sometime I'd come and see it, you know? I'd love to see my baby brother's own store. Mama said you were doing so well for yourself.
I don't have a store.
So, how does that work if you don't have a store?
I usually just work one-on-one, you know? Private transactions. Try to keep a low public profile. More security in that way. Tax implications, you know all that.
I can relate to that.
I wonder where Mama got this old vase.
What? I don't know. She's had that for years. So, do you have a business card?
What's with all the questions? Is there any more coffee here? I need some coffee.
I was just curious. You know, family pride, that kind of thing. I just was picturing what it might say. Billy Hawkins, antiques dealer.
There's no business card, okay?
Okay. No business card then. So, how do your clients find you?
What's with all the questions? Maybe you should keep the cups.
Sorry, I'm just curious. You know, I haven't seen my little baby brother in years, and you made such a name for yourself. I'm just so proud of you.
Name for myself, right? Yeah, well, it's all word of mouth.
I see. That must be hard.
Not really. Sort of like finding a high-class call girl, you know? If somebody needs you in one, they'll probably know where to look.
What's that supposed to mean?
What's what supposed to mean?
The call girl thing.
Nothing. Just a joke.
I don't get it.
I was just trying to say, you drive down the street, you pass a dozen antique shops, just like you could drive downtown and find a bunch of girls on the street outside somewhere with their skirts hiked up to here.
I don't think that's a very nice thing to say.
The point is, a high-class antique dealer like me doesn't have to advertise, just like a high-class call girl doesn't have to advertise her wares, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean.
Forget it.
Billy pours himself some coffee.
Is this all that's left?
I can make some more, I suppose.
I hope you run your catering business better than this. I need a lot of coffee.
Here's some creamer. You want some creamer?
Nah, I like it black. Helps me keep awake at night.
Black coffee makes me too jittery. I don't like to be jittery. So, do you do a lot of work at night?
Yeah, no, I don't know. Why does it matter?
Just curious. Meanwhile, Joe slides back in the cabin. He sets a bag that contains ammunition on the seat next to him as he pats a bulge in his jacket.
All right, man. Thanks for waiting. We can go now. Yeah, still going to Greenfield Road. 412 on Greenfield Road.
Joe looks through a bag of ammo.
You believe what a brick of bullet costs nowadays? And the small caliber crap, too. Look at the time. You can step on it, man. What? Huh? Oh.
Joe looks behind him.
That cop will turn off sometime, man. Just slow down and he'll pass you. What? Why is he following you? You didn't... Back there, Valley Sportsman. You didn't think I was going to... That's hilarious. Just hilarious. Light up, man. I'm in the security business. Just want to do a little target practice while I'm home, you know. I like to keep in practice. Always feel better when I got a piece, you know. Yeah, down here on the right. You know, they told me back at Valley Sportsman they've been selling a lot of these lately. Guess there's been a bunch of break-ins or something. You know I hate a thief. Can't imagine anything much lower. I think stealing's just about the worst kind of crime there is. No matter what it is. Keep your dirty little hands off my property. That's what they're trying to do over there in southern Africa, you know. The Terrors want to come in and steal the farmers' land. That's basically what they want to do. I mean, those farmers bought and paid for that land. It's theirs. Lock, stock, and barrel. That's my job. You know, one time when I was a kid, I had those little GI action figures. I'd come home from school and fight those long battles in my bedroom with them. But one time one of them went missing, and I was sure my little brother had taken it. So I just went and beat the crap out of him. Never did get that thing back. Found out later that he'd sold the dang thing to some kid for $5. $5. Can you believe that? So I went and beat the crap out of him again and made him buy me a new one. I hate a thief. All right, here, that's the one right here. 4121. Thanks much. How much? Here you go. Keep the change. Tell your shadow they can go downtown now.
Joe looks up and waves to a nearby cop that has been following them.
See ya, fellas.
Joe takes a deep breath and slowly walks down the path to the house.
All right, here it goes. Steady now.
Joe rings the bell. Meanwhile, Mary and Billy sit chatting inside the house. What time you got?
Yeah, let me check. A little after 6. Why?
Oh, nice watch.
Thanks, it's new.
Where'd you get it?
I just picked it up somewhere.
Looks expensive.
Why do you want to know what time it is?
I was just wondering how long we had before visiting hours at the hospital. You haven't been to the hospital yet, have you?
Nope.
I'll warn you. She won't recognize you.
Yeah, I figured.
I've tried to go every day, but sometimes I wonder, what's the point, you know? But I figure when we're all here, we ought to go.
Yeah. So when's Joe getting here?
I don't know. Sometime tomorrow, I think.
Have you talked to him?
Just a telegram.
I can't wait to see Joe.
Me too.
So he's doing some kind of business security thing?
Apparently.
Must be getting some good money in it.
There must be. He hasn't been home in years.
So what happens to Mama's things after she's gone?
Billy, I can't believe you just asked that.
It's just a question.
That's awful.
Sorry. Just wondering.
Just as Billy finishes speaking, the doorbell rings. I'll get it. Joe!
Mary!
Joe!
Hey, man, how's my little brother?
Good. Dang good.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Before you take off your coat, maybe we all gotta go see Mama. You never know. I mean, she's in real bad shape.
Okay. How much time do we have?
Billy, what's that fancy watch of yours say?
I hope you've been enjoying Occupations. We're going to quick jump to a message from our sponsors. Hope you guys enjoy.
Shopping for a mattress can be so stressful. With so many choices, so many brands, so many styles, how do you choose the one that's right for you? But if you're tired of searching and want a mattress that you can rely on, turn to Quietus. Quietus is the newest, most comfortable mattress in existence. Our exterior covering is made of 100% Peruvian silk. It's so soft, even your sheets will sigh with awe. While most mattresses use hard inner springs, Quietus uses nothing but the heavenly laden breaths of angels. Just fall into its enveloping comfort, and you'll quit worrying about your job. You'll quit worrying about your fiancé. Everything. In fact, you'll call and quit your job, your fiancé, even life altogether. Ask yourself, when was the last time you had a really, really long sleep? Quietus, the last mattress you'll ever buy.
All right, welcome back.
Welcome back, and now we're going to continue with Occupations by Dwayne Yancey. Later that evening, Joe, Mary, and Billy returned home from the hospital.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
I told you she wouldn't be able to recognize you.
How long has she been that way?
Ever since the last episode.
I didn't know.
I tried to reach you earlier. I sent a telegram to that address you left us. I didn't hear anything for a long time.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I was out of town.
Your office couldn't reach you?
No, not really.
So, just what kind of work do you do over there anyway?
Security.
Well, I know security, but what does that mean? The night watchman down at the bank is security.
There are all kinds of security.
Yeah, I know. That's why I wondered. What kind? What kind of security do farmers over there need?
All kinds, man. All kinds.
So you're like out guarding the barn or something?
No, it's not like that.
Well, what's it like?
It's complicated, man. Some other time, okay?
Just asked.
You want some coffee?
No thanks.
I think I'm going to make some coffee anyway. Billy, you want some coffee?
I thought it kept you awake at night.
Black coffee does. It makes me jittery. That's why I put creamer in it.
Yeah, I'll take some, but I want black.
I can't do anything if I'm all jittery. I need to be relaxed. Joe, you sure?
I'm sure.
So, you pack some heat?
Of course.
You ever shoot anybody?
Let's not talk about killing people. I don't like to hear about people killing people.
Just ask a question. Don't bite my head off. Jeez. Got any more of that pie?
In the fridge.
You were always one of those, make love, not war types, weren't you, Mary?
I guess. What's that supposed to mean?
What's what supposed to mean?
The make love, not war thing.
You know, one of those peacenik types.
Oh. Can I help it if I don't like the idea of people shooting at each other?
Jeez, why is everybody so touchy around here?
Who's touchy?
See what I mean?
Got anything to drink around here?
Coffee.
No, I meant stronger than coffee.
Nope.
So what's wrong with people shooting at each other? What do you have against self-defense?
I didn't say anything against self-defense.
You said it like you didn't like the idea of people shooting at each other.
I meant like war and stuff. You know what I meant.
War can be self-defense.
Whatever.
People defending their property, that's self-defense.
That's just stupid.
Stupid! Did you hear what she called me, Billy? She called me stupid.
I didn't call you stupid. I just said war was stupid.
Billy, what do you think?
Oh, never mind.
What do I think about what?
Is it right to shoot at somebody who's trying to steal your property?
I sure hope not.
Listen to you two. Jeez.
Will you get off this, Joe? I don't like this.
Why? What's wrong?
Since when did we get all hot over stuff like this? Can I have some of that pie?
Since 1776, buddy. That's what Thomas Jefferson and all those guys were talking about. Life, liberty, property. Didn't you know that was what the Declaration of Independence was originally supposed to say? But then they changed it to say pursuit of happiness instead.
Nah, I didn't know that.
Where were you in history class, man?
Mostly detention.
Well, you want to know what it's all about? Come over to Rhodesia. You'll learn things pretty quick.
About what things?
Life, liberty, property, self-defense. You'll see.
Nah, I don't need to see.
You might come to appreciate some things.
What kind of things?
Life, liberty, property.
Nah, I think I can appreciate those things enough already. Thank you.
He's in the antique business, you know. Quite successful, too, from what I hear.
Antiques. That's pretty high class. How'd you get interested in antiques?
Well, just picked it up along the way.
All of a sudden, the telephone rings. I'll get it. Hello? This is... I thought I told you not to call me. I'm at my mother's. She's very sick. They say she might go any day now. What? Tonight? I can't. I told you I'm here with family. I can't. Who? Oh. How much? Well, what about Yvonne? Doesn't she usually do that sort of thing? Oh, I see. Oh my God, how much? Whew. And how much time are we talking about? Is that all? Are you sure? You promise? Okay, just this once, okay? As a favor, all right? Where? Yeah, I know the drill. Okay, I'll be there as soon as I can get there. Mary hangs up the phone to see Joe and Billy looking at her. What?
I didn't say anything.
Look, I've got to step out for a bit. Important client needs an estimate for a big party coming up. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Hey, can I come along?
No,
Whose house are you going to?
it's confidential, all right?
Why are you so hot to go along, Billy?
Must be somebody rich, right? If they can afford a caterer. I wouldn't mind seeing inside their house. I might find some business there, too. Maybe they got some antiques.
No.
Maybe they don't even know what they're worth.
I said no.
All right. Don't get so touchy about it. Jeez.
I've got to go change my clothes.
What's wrong with what you've got on now?
Just leave me alone, okay? I'm in a hurry. I'll be back as soon as I can. Mary exits.
This must be some important client if you have to dress up for him.
How about bringing some beer on your way back, okay?
I don't think she heard you.
I don't think she did either.
Something's up with her, man. She's awfully touchy about something.
She's just worried about Mama.
Yeah, I guess so.
But I figure nothing I can do about it. Can't worry about what I can't control, you know?
I guess.
Let's go get some beer. Who knows when she'll be back.
All right.
Later that night, Joe and Billy are sitting at the table. They are laughing over old stories while having something to drink.
You remember that time you got caught stealing those Christmas decorations from Old Man Hensley's house?
Do I ever? Young man, where do you think you're doing sneaking around in my backyard at 2 o'clock in the morning? Hello, Mr. Henley. I was just looking for my dog. He ran off again. I know you're kind, young man. You're sneaking around here trying to steal my plastic reindeer, aren't you? Oh, no, Mr. Henley. I wouldn't do anything like that. Don't lie to me, young man. I know your mama doesn't like you lying any more than I do. Now, do I have to tell her that you were sneaking around here? No, sir. Now, you just run along. Yes, sir. And don't forget to take your dog with you. Of course, the thing was we hadn't had a dog in years at that point. And I already packed up half the reindeer anyway. So what was I supposed to do, put them back?
What did you do?
Heck, I took the ones I had up to Troyville and sold them at a flea market.
You skunk. You little skunk. You and your five-fingered discounts. You were always working, weren't you? I remember when you were in kindergarten. Mama made me and Mary hold your hands in the checkout aisle at the grocery store, because you were always sneaking stuff into your pockets.
Yeah, bubblegum, candy. It's a talent.
But you turned out all right, man. You turned out all right, didn't you?
Yeah, I think so.
At least you figured out something to do, man. Figured out some way to work at that talent of yours.
What are you talking about?
Your antique business, man. You always did have a flair for turning a dollar. Now look at you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that.
I could never be a businessman. Don't have the patience for it. Guess I was never much for negotiation.
I thought you were a businessman.
What are you talking about?
Your security gig.
Oh, that. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Yeah, I guess that's a business. You could call it a business if you want.
You do run your own company, right? That's what Mary always told me.
Company? Sure. Sure, company, platoon, squad. Heck, no difference sometimes. Just a bunch of guys out in the bush. You want to shoot at them before they shoot at you.
Joe draws out his gun.
Yeah, what's that for?
I just picked this up on the way here. Thought I might do a little target practice while I'm here. Here, you want to see it?
Yeah, it's all right.
Come on, man. Try it.
Just then, Mary enters, disheveled. She's wearing a coat over her slinky black dress along with some fishnets and heels.
Mary!
What are you two still doing up?
What do you mean still up? It's only like 1:30. I do some of my best work after midnight.
Billy hands the gun back to Joe. What the heck's that?
It's Joe's. He got it for target practice while he's here.
Need to stay in shape, you know?
Well, put it away for God's sake. I don't want somebody waving a gun around.
I wasn't waving it around. I was just looking at it.
Where have you been, sis? I thought you'd be back by now.
Joe tries to hug her, but Mary shies away.
What's wrong?
I didn't know you two were going to be waiting up for me.
We're just hanging out.
I'm not a kid anymore, you know. You don't have to worry about me. I can take care of myself.
Okay. Take it easy, sis.
So did you get the job?
The what?
The catering job. I thought you went to talk to somebody about a catering job.
Oh, yeah, that. I don't know. I'll find out later, I guess.
So what was the house like? Nice place?
I don't know. I didn't pay any attention to it.
You know, if you ever need any help setting up, I could probably help out sometime.
I'm fine.
Take your coat off. Sit down and have a drink with us. Went and got some beer.
Lots of beer.
No thanks.
Come on. Take your coat off. Have a beer.
Joe grabs at her coat and catches a glimpse of the dress underneath.
Whoa. So is this your caterer's uniform?
Leave me alone.
Oh, look at you, sis. I bet you get a lot of jobs decked out like that.
I said, leave me alone.
I haven't seen anybody dressed up like that since I was in the red light district.
Mary slaps him.
Whoa! What was that for?
I'm not a tramp.
I didn't say you were.
Yes, you did. I know what you're thinking. You don't know anything. Mary slaps him again.
Whoa, Mary, take it easy on him now.
I'll teach you not to do that again.
Joe grabs her arm and clamps down on it.
You know what I'm thinking, do you? Well, do you know what I'm thinking right now?
Hey, let me go. Ow! Mary struggles to free herself.
I'm thinking if we were back in Rhodesia, nobody would dare do that to me.
Let me go. Ow!
Hey, let her go, Joe. You're not back in Rhodesia.
You know what we learned in the Army? There are two little pressure points right here and right here. And if you press them just right...
Stop it!
Let her go.
You know how many people I've killed like that? It's very easy, you know.
Stop it.
You're out in the jungle, you get one of them terrors by the arm like this. You can save yourself the bullet.
I said stop it.
Billy picks up the gun and points it at Joe. Put that down!
You idiot, it's not loaded.
I don't care if it's not loaded. I said stop it.
Billy puts the gun down. Suddenly he lunges at Joe and pulls Joe off. Ow! That hurt!
Come on, you want to take me? Come on!
Just leave her alone.
You know what I am? I'm a trained killing machine. You don't want to mess with me or I'll pop your neck like it was a chicken bone. I've done it before, I'll do it again. Don't mess with me, man.
Stop it, you two! Stop it!
You're scaring her, man.
I can do more than scare people. You don't believe me?
Come on, calm down!
Jeez, Joe. Ease up, man. She's your sister.
The three of them stand there, each looking at each other.
Oh, heck. Sit down and have a drink with us, Sit.
I think you've had too much to drink already.
Sit down.
Mary sits. I'm not staying long.
That's better. Now drink a beer and lighten up.
So, is that true what you were saying?
What?
The part about killing people.
What the heck do you think I was doing in Vietnam?
I don't mean in Nam.
You mean in the bush? You don't know what goes on in the bush.
That's what I mean. The security company of yours. I thought you were like a consultant or something.
Consultant? Ha! Yeah, I consult, all right. But sometimes you have to take matters into your own hands, if you know what I mean.
So, you like a sniper or something? What's that other word I'm looking for?
Mercenary.
Yeah, mercenary. So you have a license to kill or something?
License? There ain't no dang license. Like I said, you don't know what goes on in the bush.
I don't like all this talk about killing. It bothers me.
What's the matter? You wouldn't respect me in the morning if you thought I was just some kind of contract killer for some rich white Rhodesian farmer?
No, I wouldn't. Now quit talking about it. I don't like this.
Sitting out there in the bush, like sitting in a deer stand, just waiting for the tares to come sneaking through. Then pop, pop, pop!
Stop it!
The only difference is there's no trophy to put on the wall.
So is that what you do, man? You kill people for a living?
Hey, it's just a job.
You're disgusting. You haven't changed a bit. I never know when you're telling the truth.
Hey, are you telling the truth? Or are you just drunk?
He's just drunk. Trying to scare us half to death.
I'm not drunk. Look at my hands.
Yes, you are. You're drunk.
And take off your dang coat, will you?
It's cold in here.
Wouldn't be cold if you had more on.
I'm fine.
You're all dolled up like some French maid if you ask me. No wonder you're cold.
Well, nobody asked you. Just leave me alone, okay? Don't worry about what I'm wearing.
So, what's with the outfit anyway? I thought carriers were white. Sort of like waitresses' uniforms.
I know what you've been up to.
Oh?
You snuck out on a date, didn't you?
What?
You've got a boyfriend, don't you?
Maybe.
Who is he?
I said, leave me alone. Money falls out of Mary's pocket.
Whoa, what's this?
Give me that.
Holy crap, look at those bills.
That's mine.
Oh, you got a real sugar daddy, don't you?
Oh, where'd you get a stash like that?
None of your business.
No, but apparently it's Mary's business.
What's that supposed to mean?
I think you know exactly what it's supposed to mean.
Well, at least I'm not killing people for a living. If that's really what you do over there.
What are you two talking about?
I'm proud of what I do. Are you proud of what you do?
Shut up!
Answer me!
I'll have you know I'm making a good living. Living by my wits and what God gave me. And I make people happy. I don't hurt a soul. I'm not saying what I deserve's a Nobel Peace Prize or anything, but I make people's lives a little better. I don't cheat, I don't steal, and I certainly don't kill people. Can you say the same thing? Huh? Can you?
What's so funny?
So little Billy's the only honest one in the family. Is that what you're saying? Who would have thought that? Little Billy with his 5-finger discounts.
Leave me alone, will you?
Suddenly, the telephone rings. I'll get it. Hello?
Tell him they'll have to take a number and wait.
Hey!
Yes, this is she.
And tell him...
Shh!
Don't shush me.
Can't you see she's on the phone?
Yes. I see. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. No, that's all right. I understand. All right. No, not right now. I see. Uh-huh. Okay. Thank you.
What was that all about?
It's Mama. She's gone. Joe, Billy, and Mary stare at the floor. One by one, they each look at each other.
So, who gets this vase? The end. That was a production of Occupations by Dwayne Yancey. The part of the narrator and Mary was played by Caitlin Bancroft. The part of the public address announcer and Billy was played by Walter Lutsch, and the part of Joe was played by David Matsui.
All right, now we're going to finish up our show with The Secret Lives of Goldfish, The Breakout, by Dwayne Yancey. Freddie and Einstein, two goldfish, are swimming in an aquarium, looking out at the world beyond their tank.
So, what's the plan?
We evolve.
We what?
We evolve. We get a swimming start. We are fish, after all. We take a flying leap. Plop! We're over the edge of the tank. We're out on the table.
And then?
And then we evolve.
And then we die, you mean? You know what happened to Goldie?
Goldie didn't evolve.
Goldie flopped around gasping for breath. Flip, flop, die.
Like I said, Goldie didn't evolve.
And how do you propose we do this evolve thing?
Easy. We turn our gills into lungs and our fins into legs.
And then what?
And then we run away.
We run away, huh? Just like that.
Just like that.
You really got this whole thing figured out, don't you?
Don't you see? We won't be prisoners anymore. No more swimming around in circles in this fish tank. No more having to swim past that little plastic castle, or that plastic mermaid, or the plastic treasure chest. And we certainly won't have to swim past those plastic plants anymore. Is there anything more ridiculous than plastic plants? We'll be out there with the real plants. We'll be free. Free as a bird. They evolved, you know. They used to be dinosaurs.
There's just one problem to your grand plan, Fish Breath.
What's that?
The cat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Darn you, Derwin. Darn you to hell.
What do you say we do another lap?
Yeah, sure. May as well. It's just a theory, anyway.
And that was The Secret Lives of Goldfish, The Breakout, by Dwayne Yancey. Freddy was played by David Matsui, and Einstein was played by Walter Lutsch, and the narrator was played by Caitlin Bancroft.
Well, guys, that's all we've got for the evening. We want to do a quick thank you to Kat Miller for her song at the beginning, Bells.
And we'd love to thank our special guest returning to Falcon Radio Theater tonight, Caitlin Bancroft. She's been wonderful.
She has definitely been wonderful. And as always, guys, if you've got a script or if you're interested in joining up, please feel free to send us an email at balkanradiotheater@gmail.com. That's theater with an E-R-E, not E-R.
And if you're just out there to follow our maniacal musings, follow us at Facebook at facebook.com/Falcon Radio Theater.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Thanks.